Hi everyone, I'm Mick. Welcome to my shop. So in this video I am making an Olly Tool Setter. What is an Olly Tool Setter, you might ask? Well, it's this little thing. It's a lathe tool height setter that uses a lever with a pointer to indicate when your tool is at the correct height. Yeah, so this particular design was done by Neil from NellsMechanicalManCave, and he called it an Olly Tool Setter, or Otis, I believe, because he got the material to make his from Olly's workshop. So this is my take on it, and let's go make one. So for the piece that attaches to the post, I've got a block of steel prepared, relatively cleaned up, got all the mill scale and everything off of it, and now we're going to clean this face up and basically square it up, and then take one side down to 1 inch, which is the height, and the other one in this dimension will be taken down to just under 1 inch. I just want about 1/8 of an inch, 3/16 of an inch, something like that, on either side of the post. And then it'll be 1.5 inches long. And then we'll drill all the necessary holes and everything, and tap whatever is necessary in this block. So I'm not going to show all of the machining on this. You guys have seen all of that plenty before. But let's get started with that, and then I'll show you the piece for the arm, or the hammer, as Neil called it. I'm always impressed with the finish that this tool leaves. I would think it would be just as easy for any other face mill to make leave such a finish, but they don't. Maybe it's the inserts. I don't know. They're just standard off the shelf, I think, TNMG inserts. So we are 1.007. Darn. That is good. I took 60 thou off, and I got 7 thou left. Alright, so I've got the piece set up in the vise, and now I need to use the edge finder to find the center going this way, and this edge. We're going to drill the hole in the center this way, and 1/4 inch from this edge. The edge of the hole will be 1/4 inch from this edge. Okay, I've got a center drill, actually, excuse me, a spotting drill set up in the chuck, and we're going to spot drill it. First I need to move the x-axis to 0.71875. 0.7 1 8 7, close enough. Nope, I don't. Forgot, I got to take half of the diameter of the drill bit. Be right back. Okay, I need to go to 0.48438. 4. Eight, 4, 4, 5, close enough. Alright, that looks more like it. Now, just want to check something here and see. 1/4 inch from that edge. That's quite a lot. I think I'm going to do 0.2. Alright, so I got to take off another 0.05, so we'll go to 0.434. This is just my process. What looks good on paper doesn't always work out. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, very nice. Okay. Alright, so theoretically, once this is on that post and the 0 is set up, and in fact this is only a rough adjustment up and down, I shouldn't need to move it. So I think I'm just going to use a little grub screw through the side. That way it'll be sunk down in the body and nothing sticking out. So this is an 832 by 3/16 grub screw. So I need to look up and see what size hole I need to drill, get this set up in the mill, and then we'll drill and tap it and then move on to the other parts. Off camera, I used the edge finder again and centered the quill on this end, and got the smaller chuck in here, and now we're going to use a little spotting drill, drill that, and then drill the hole out and tap it. And an 832 screw takes a number 29 drill bit. Alright, let's chamfer this. Now let's tap it. Alright, I'm over here at my tapping station. I've got it set up in the tapping arm here, and let's tap it. Alright, so I get to use one of my new tools I got for my birthday. It's a little Noga deburring tool, and it's specifically designed for these kinds of situations where you push it on in. You can see that now there, and then you can deburr the inside of that hole. Come on. Don't make a liar out of me, Mr. Noga. Yeah, I think that worked pretty well. My finger won't fit in there, but let's see what we got here. It's not too bad. I think it got rid of the big ones. So let's see how it fits. Yep, nice. Okay, let's get the set screw. Oh yeah, very nice. So that probably be in that orientation most often. There we go. I think I'll deburr that a little bit more. Other than that, then, now we need to see about drilling the hole here for where this will pivot. And then this, we will go and cut something like this to make a little arm out of this shape. Alright, I've got the part mounted in the vise. Going to use the edge finder and locate the center of the part, and then we need to drill 3 holes. 2 of them. Let's see if I can find something to play with here. 2 of them going down approximately here. This will be threaded to hold the bar on. 1 approximately here for a small pin. That'll go into a slot on the hammer, the bar, to keep it from just falling down when it's not in use. And then following that, I need to put a couple, a hole in up this way for the post to support the flag. So let's do that. Okay, so we're going to drill a hole here. Start off with a spotting drill, and then drill a hole for a 1032 screw, which I will make a little bit here. A 1032 tap needs a number 21 drill. just going to use a little piece of this rod, which I'm also going to use for the pointer for the little pen to stop the hammer, the arm, from just falling down completely. Number 35 drill. Nice little shallow hole there. I'm using a number 30 drill bit here. Zero out the DRO. I only want to drill down about a 1/4 inch or so. Alright, now I'm going to mill out the little center section here, leaving this part sticking up, so we'll basically cut that out like that just to leave a portion sticking out there. Alright, I think that looks pretty good. Now I need to drill a hole in this part right here to accept a fine adjust screw. Well, first time I've ever done that, but it was inevitable, I guess. Forgot about those parallels being in there. And chowdered up that edge. So, luckily those can be cleaned up with a stone. Totally forgot about them. Luckily it's not too expensive of a lesson, but I probably won't forget again. Check for clearance, Clarence. Into the part. So this is the face, and it'll pivot here, move like this. I want to machine a little groove right here to so that pin can fit in there to just keep the thing from just flopping down like that when it's not being used. So it'll only flop like that. Alright, so let's set it up and I'll mill that, and then these parts need to go off and be blued, and I need to make 2 screws then and 1 lock washer or lock nut. 1 screw is for this and 1 screw is for here, fine adjust screw, which will also have a planning on a knurled lock washer for it. Alright, so let's mill that little slot to keep this thing from flopping all over the place. Work. You can see that. There we go. Yeah. Okay. I think just do a little bit of deburring there. And these parts are ready for bluing. Alright, so I've got the flag set up on the on a couple of firestones here, fire bricks, and I'm going to try using the AlumaWeld sticks, rods, AlumaWeld rods, to braze these 2 things together. One of the suggestions one of my viewers had last time I showed this process was to try using some flux. Not sure. I'm putting this on cold because I don't want to risk burning. This. Anyway, let's see how it goes. Amateurs at work here. Don't try this at home. Something tells me it's not working this time. And that flux left a nasty blackness all over my flag. Yep. Not even close. I don't know, maybe I was wrong. Not the prettiest thing. Luckily, that's on the back side, and it seems, I don't know if you can see that. Alright, well, let's let it cool and try cleaning it up, and I think it's going to require some heavy-duty polishing. But as you can see, the heat did nothing to the laser engraving. Alright, well, let's let it go, see how it turns out. Alright, it seems to be cleaning up pretty well. I think I'm going to do the back side with a Dremel power tool, and then maybe clean up my messy joint there. Looks like I got it just a little crooked, but I didn't think it was going to stick. And so let's give it a shot. I can always make it over again if I need to. I remembered to do tests. As you can see, there was my first test on a line that turned out to be way too thick. Got the line, then I tested the logo before I did the one that's actually going to be used. But I didn't do that when I tried sticking the two together. So another lesson learned. Remember to try things that I haven't done before on test pieces before doing it on the final real piece. So anyway, that's what this is all about for me, is learning and trying new things. So let's finish this up, and then I got a couple more little things to do, and this thing will be done. Okay, so I've got a slitting saw set up in here, centered on the screw, And now I'm just going to slowly feed it in and make a slot in there so I have something to tighten the screw down with. Yep, I think that'll work. Alright, so let's try this thing out. I've got it set up on the lathe. It's, as you know, it's on a magnetic base. The mag base is secured to the cover there on the cross slide. On the compound, I mean, or yeah, the cross slide. And I've got a tool in there that I know is at the center line of the spindle. It's probably the tool I use most often. And hopefully if I can eliminate all the parallax here, you'll be able to see. Yeah, I got a little bit in there, but it's pretty good from this angle. I think it's a little off. I think that's one thing I'm going to do, is adjust this needle pointer a little bit so it's a little closer to the flag. And the engraving is a little hard to see now because I ended up removing the little indicator flag, reheating it, attaching it, and then buffing this for a second time. And so the lines are still there, but they're a little fainter. So I may see what I can do about that in the future, but we'll see. It still works. The line is still there. So anyway, as you can see, it is set now to center line. So if I remove this part, let's see if I can do that without, actually I should be able to move that because that is set. Let's put another one in. I know I've got one. There it is. This is the one that is low. So now if I swing this back around, or high, excuse me, very high, as you can see. So, and that's also evidenced by the fact that, let me see if I can zoom out, you can see the, so on this particular lathe and this tool post, these adjustment screws need to be pretty much all the way down for it to fit. So I'm going to just go ahead and screw them real close to that point, loosen the tool and bring it back down, and you can see, yeah, it's actually really close right now, right where I put it. That's amazing. Yeah, when I locked it, it moved just a little bit low. So I'm going to raise it just a little bit. Yeah, I think that's it. So got that. now I just need to tighten that up. I realize I don't need this big of a wrench, but it's handy. One of the things on my to-do list, and we'll see, I may do it, I may not. Oh, I just knocked that out. Is to make some new studs. I saw a video just recently, one of the guys made a new design for that, and I kind of like it, but there's a few things that I don't care for, so we'll have to see if I can adapt that. Alright, I know what I got going wrong here. The whole stud's moving, that's the problem. Got to get a metric Allen. There we go, that's tight now. That needs to go down quite a bit. That looks right. There we go. Ooh. Alright, I think that's good. So, that's how it works. Yeah, you still get a little bit of parallax because this is turned just a hair this way, so when with the camera angle it looks like it's a little to the left of the line, but when I face it straight on, it's right on the line. So yeah, I'll probably modify that a little bit, but overall I would say that is a success. Much easier than trying to use a feeler gauge or look and see if your tool cutting edge is touching something. On the typical designs, they just have an arm sticking out and you bring the tool up until it touches it. Well, this way it's just a little bit of movement is quite visible. So alright, well thanks Neil for the design. And that's my version of an Olly Tool Setter.